This is the first of the Ukemi Gata Taihenjutsu of the Togakure Ryu Ninpo Taijutsu. Now, what's important to understand with all of these techniques from the Ukemi Gata Taihenjutsu is that these are escaping techniques, and they're specifically done fundamentally with the shuko, which is a weapon, a hidden weapon that's characteristically from the Togakure Ryu. They're rings wrapped around the arms with iron rings with angled spikes at the plate. So there's a lot of different uses that you're going to see throughout this curriculum with the shuko, but it's a classical and quite primitive weapon. I also believe, while we're talking about it, that there's been a lot of sort of false narratives around this weapon, as it's a weapon it's a tool for climbing and going up trees or scaling walls. I have a pair that was made specifically to the specifications as it's written in the Togakure Ryu, and I've tried to do that, and I would invite anybody who questions that to give it a go themselves, and you'll see that it's not the most efficient tool for climbing at all. And I would feel that the Japanese back in those times were a little smarter than using this for climbing. There's other ways of accomplishing that. As well, there's a lot of techniques out there on the web, and a lot of instructors teaching, raking, clawing like this. I've tried that as well with the traditional weapon. And I found that a lot of those movements and a lot of cutting and lacerating with these causes the weapon to get caught and stuck in the garment pretty badly too, because each one of the claws here have a slight curve to them. However, there are different functions of the shuko that make them a very, very efficient tool, such as how the weapon is used for capturing or grabbing blades, as well as striking with shuto, and pretty much every type of striking movement that we see in the koppojutsu can be done with these very effectively. So I would just kind of encourage you not to sort of buy into or subscribe to what's commonly taught with these, and instead practice and maybe invest in a pair yourself if you're truly passionate about this lineage and you want to learn about it. I would encourage you to really sort of pressure test this weapon and discover for yourself its limitations and its strong points. So let's begin the Ukemi Gata Taihenjutsu with the first kata called Kaeshi Dori. Okay, with this technique, I begin in Ichi no Kamae. The feeling here is to not let the opponent pass, or to prevent them from attacking. As he comes in and he cuts, I'm leaping in and dropping down to the outside so that my shoulder comes underneath his arm. What needs to be understood here is that this is a full body attack. This is a full commitment, and I'm leaping in and I'm attacking the shuko into his toki, or the crown of his foot. You have to think about this for a second. It seems like a pretty kind of a technique that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But when you break it down and you think to yourself, he has a sword. If he cuts and I come in and I hit to the head, yeah, that's going to be effective. But through millions of years of evolution, the head is designed to take a hit. And this is a moving target, and I can hit in a lot of places, but the reality is that he's still going to be able to come at me with a second cut or pursue me, even with a damaged head. If I come in and I drive 5 nails through his foot, and I have a full body commitment of leaping in and striking down into that foot, where I want to attack not when it's stopped, but when it's in forward motion. So here, boom, like that. Now, once again, my arm is underneath his arms,
where the my, or the distance, is such that he needs to actually move this foot out to get a proper cut on me, but I'm not going to give him that time. Next is I'm going to be leaping up and kicking to the butsumetsu with a full commitment attack. Both feet leaping and kicking him so that he rolls away, or I get him as furthest from me as I can. I land from the kick. I roll in the opposite direction in which I kicked him away from. Now, with a damaged foot, maximize distance, it's gonna, the idea is to prevent him from attacking me. We have to remember, these aren't engagement techniques. These aren't techniques where I'm gonna sit there and I'm trying to grapple with him. They are, I've been found out and I need to escape. Leap in, attack the foot, get him as far away from me and me as far away from him, and evacuate. And this is the technique. So I'm gonna break it down with a real simple again. This time, however, I'm going to be going to the inside. So the technique is done both to the inside and to the outside. So Ichi no Kamae, he cuts, I leap in, and I'm attacking with both hands that advancing foot. Now from here, as I leap up very close to the inside, I'm kicking with both feet, coming down and landing, and rolling away in that opposite direction. Coming up into kata hiza, or standing. Either way, Ichi no Kamae. Arigatou gozaimasu. This is Kaishidori.